So, a little bit of a situation here. I'm integrating new horse in my big herd, and it's a mixed herd, which is very interesting. Actually, one is quite fascinated by a big herd. Initially, our boss horse Max was herding the new horse Brooke out of the herd. So Max had the herd circled the herd, made them in a small circle, and then kept the new horse out. The new horse then went to the next field, because there's gates, open gates. The new horse then went to the next field, and the rest of the herd followed. So then the girls started chasing him, and they were a little bit, Max was just keeping him away, whereas the girls chased him. First it was Navara, and then it was Pebbles. Faye probably won't chase him. Nina will chase him, and she will chase him. Nina always chases the boys. She seeks them, but she also chases them. So she was partnering with Wesley, who's on store rest, and then Wesley was so mean to us that the trouble will change. I couldn't take Diego to store rest with Wesley due to the fact that Faye was attached to him, and I didn't want to separate her from him. Anyway, she's attached herself to Totem, the old boy, the 23-year-old, and very interesting. So yeah, and then we took Totem away from her yesterday. He comes in for lunch and a ride, and she said, okay, I'm not that insecure anymore, so I'm kind of pleased about that. So what I'm doing right now is I was viewing them from the street, but I'm going to go into the property now because they've moved away from well, it's more, the reason why I'm going to go in is less because they've moved away, but more because of the sun. The sun was shining straight into the camera, so I couldn't get a good filming of them. So I'm going to drive down, and hopefully the side gate's open. If it's not, I'll just have my morning walk. Yeah, gate opening. Drive through and close gate. Focus behind the gate and not on. There we go. Gate's closing. I'm going to drive round to have a look at them at the bottom, and then I'll come back up and chat with the groom. And I'm so chuffed about this though. That it's actually, because it was supposed to. He arrived here on Monday evening, so it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I introduced him to the boys in the small camp, and then Saturday I said let's just put him in because the boys were quite accepting of him. But Max will say don't accept him, and you know, there is the hierarchy that they've got to go through. So it's, as long as it's not mean, which in this case it wasn't. So the gate is locked. Okay, I'll just take a stroll and walk in there. Go and say hello to the horses. Just going to say hello to all of them, and then see how it's going. So not a moan zone, just a chat zone.